Satellite imagery has provided insights into Saudi Arabia's ambitious $2 trillion megacity project, NEOM, particularly its centerpiece, the Line. This proposed 170-kilometer-long linear city aims to revolutionize urban living by eliminating cars and streets, featuring mirrored skyscrapers and extensive green spaces. However, recent satellite images reveal that, despite initial plans, only a 1.5-mile section known as a hidden marina is under development, with a majority of the project still in the planning stages. Additionally, satellite images have uncovered a lavish palace complex along the Red Sea coast, complete with private beaches, extensive gardens, a golf course, and multiple helipads. This complex is believed to be associated with Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, highlighting the project scale and the significant investments being made. The hidden marina, a key component of the Line, is set to cost $140 billion and is intended to serve as the first residential phase of the megacity. Despite the ambitious plans, satellite images indicate that only a small portion of the marina is currently under construction, with much of the area still undeveloped. These satellite observations suggest that while the vision for NEOM is grand, the actual progress on the ground is limited. The project faces significant challenges, including financial constraints, logistical hurdles, and concerns about its environmental and social impact. As of now, the reality of Saudi Arabia's $2 trillion megacity in the desert appears to be far from the initial ambitious projections. For a visual overview of the current status of Saudi Arabia's megacity project, you might find the following video informative. The satellite imagery of Saudi Arabia's $2 trillion megacity project, NEOM, further paints a picture of a grand vision that is yet to be fully realized. The project is touted as a futuristic urban experiment, with plans to create a sustainable, technology-driven society in the middle of the desert. The core concept of the project is the Line, a revolutionary linear city that would stretch 170 kilometers and house 9 million people. The city's design aims to eliminate cars, with residents using high-speed transit systems to travel between various sectors of the city. At its heart, the Line is envisioned to be a model of sustainability, featuring green spaces, zero carbon emissions, and innovative technologies. Satellite images, however, reveal a stark contrast between the bold plans and the current reality on the ground. While there is a lot of hype surrounding the development, much of the land is still barren, with limited visible construction activity. Only a small section of the project, including a segment of the hidden marina development, has progressed. This area, intended to be the first residential zone of the megacity, is being constructed at a slow pace, with only a small part of the marina site actively developed. Additionally, satellite images have revealed massive land clearing and excavation activities along the Red Sea coastline, which are linked to construction of luxurious facilities. These include a vast palace complex, which satellite imagery shows as an expansive layout complete with private beaches, gardens, and even a golf course. It is widely speculated that this palace complex belongs to Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, further emphasizing the scale and opulence of the broader project. While the NEOM project promises to reshape the region's urban landscape and create a model city for the future, the satellite images underscore the complexities and challenges involved. The vast, ambitious scale of the development, combined with the environmental challenges of building a city in the desert, means that the project is likely to face delays and obstacles. Financial constraints, logistical issues, and concerns about the long-term social and environmental impact of such a project are additional factors that could slow the progress. The fact that a significant portion of the city remains undeveloped despite large-scale planning and investment highlights the gap between Saudi Arabia's futuristic vision and the slower-than-expected execution on the ground. Although there have been some development in specific areas like the marina and luxury facilities, much of NEOM is still in the planning or early construction stages. As the satellite images reveal, the ambitious $2 trillion megacity is still a long way from becoming the reality that was initially envisioned, raising questions about the feasibility of such a massive undertaking in the coming years. As of now, the future of Saudi Arabia's NEOM megacity remains uncertain, with ongoing debates about the project viability. While the country has allocated significant resources, with funding and investments coming from both public and private sectors, the pace of development does not match the ambitious rhetoric. The project's cost, estimated at $2 trillion, would make it one of the most expensive construction projects in history. The satellite images highlight the enormous gap between the envisioned futuristic city and its current state, with large sections of land still undeveloped or in the early stages of construction. The satellite observations also shed light on the complex nature of building a city from scratch in the desert. NEOM is designed to be a hub for technological innovation, including artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and renewable energy. However, building such a technologically advanced city requires a highly skilled workforce and access to cutting-edge infrastructure. One of the main concerns raised by experts is the availability of such talent and the infrastructure to support the futuristic technologies a city is meant to showcase. Moreover, satellite imagery has revealed that while large-scale construction is taking place in specific areas, there are still many logistical and environmental challenges. The harsh desert conditions pose difficulties for construction, with issues such as extreme temperatures, water scarcity, and the need to minimize environmental disruption. The region also lacks the necessary infrastructure to support a megacity, such as roads, power grids, and communication networks. It remains to be seen how quickly these issues can be resolved and whether the city's ambitious technological and sustainability goals can be achieved. Social and cultural concerns also add to the complexity of the NEOM project. Saudi Arabia's vision for NEOM is to create a multicultural society, attracting international talent and investment. However, critics argue that the cultural landscape of the region, which is deeply rooted in conservative traditions, may not be conducive to such a drastic shift in lifestyle. Furthermore, there are questions about the impact of the megacity on the local Bedouin communities and their land rights, with some reports suggesting that these communities may be displaced by the development. Despite these challenges, the Saudi government has expressed confidence that NEOM will eventually become a reality. The country's leadership has been heavily invested in the project as part of its Vision 2030 initiative, which aims to diversify the economy away from oil dependence and create a more sustainable, innovative future for the nation. In this context, NEOM is seen as a key part of the country's long-term strategy for economic development and global positioning. While the satellite images show that NEOM is far from complete, they also reflect the ongoing efforts to turn this ambitious vision into a functioning city. The project is a monumental undertaking, and whether it succeeds or fails will likely depend on how well the challenges are addressed in the coming years. If completed, NEOM could redefine urban living and become a symbol of Saudi Arabia's aspirations for the future. However, with the current rate of progress, the dream of a $2 trillion megacity in the desert might take much longer to realize than originally anticipated. The timeline for NEOM's completion has been repeatedly pushed back, with many experts questioning whether the project can meet its original deadlines. Initially slated for completion in phases starting as early as 2025, the timeline now appears overly ambitious given the slow pace of construction and the scale of the obstacles the project faces. Satellite images highlight the disparity between projected and actual development timelines, showing vast areas that remain in the early stages of excavation or are still being cleared for future construction. Despite these setbacks, the Saudi government has maintained a strong commitment to the project. The leadership's determination to see NEOM succeed has led to the allocation of substantial funds and resources. In addition to the construction of physical infrastructure, a significant amount of investment has been poured into developing the technologies and systems that will power the city. Advanced technologies like artificial intelligence, robotics, and biotechnology are central to NEOM's design, and large-scale investments are being made in research and development to support these innovations. While the slow progress on the ground might suggest that NEOM's completion is far off, these technological advancements are being developed in parallel to the physical construction and could be pivotal to the city's long-term success. Satellite images also reveal the scale of the project's integration with its surrounding environment, particularly the Red Sea coastline. Large-scale construction along the coast involves reshaping the natural landscape with the building of luxurious resorts, hotels, and leisure facilities designed to attract international tourists. The satellite data suggests that while the development is primarily focused on creating high-end accommodations, these projects also play a significant role in generating revenue for the government, especially as tourism is a major aspect of Vision 2030. The integration of luxury tourism with the futuristic city could help bolster the economic viability of the megacity, but the long-term sustainability of such a strategy remains uncertain, particularly if the city's residential and commercial components do not develop as quickly as anticipated. Environmental concerns are also a major focus of the satellite imagery analysis. Neom's location in the desert presents significant ecological challenges, especially when considering the scale of construction and the demand for natural resources like water and energy. Saudi Arabia has ambitious plans to make Neom a carbon-neutral city powered entirely by renewable energy, but this goal will require substantial technological advancements in energy production, storage, and management. Satellite images of the area indicate that solar farms and wind turbines are part of the early plan for sustainable energy infrastructure, but the sheer size of the development means that these efforts will need to be expanded drastically to meet the city's needs. Additionally, the construction of large-scale desalination plants will be necessary to supply water to the city, raising concerns about the environmental impacts of such projects. The social implications of Neom are another point of contention, with reports suggesting that the project could drastically alter the lives of those who have lived in the region for generations. The Bedouin tribes who call the area home have expressed concerns over the loss of their land and the disruption of their traditional ways of life. Satellite imagery shows that areas traditionally used for grazing and agriculture are being cleared for urban development, raising questions about the long-term impact on local communities. While the Saudi government has promised compensation and relocation assistance, the displacement of these communities could lead to social unrest and resistance to the project. In terms of international interest, Neom has already attracted a considerable amount of attention from global companies and investors. Tech giants, such as SoftBank, have shown interest in partnering with Saudi Arabia in the development of the city, especially in the field of artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and renewable energy. However, the lack of visible progress on the ground may cause some potential partners to reassess their involvement in the project, especially as the global economy faces uncertainty. While the megacity is seen as a beacon of innovation in the Middle East, there are growing concerns that a delay in its development could make it less attractive to foreign investors and companies in the future. As of now, Neom remains a project full of promise, but one that is marred by substantial challenges. The satellite images paint a picture of a mega-ambitious project still in its infancy, with large stretches of land still waiting to be transformed into the high-tech, sustainable city promised by the Saudi government. The reality, as seen from space, suggests that Neom will take many more years, if not decades, to materialize as a vision laid out by its architects. Whether or not the project can overcome its hurdles, financial, environmental, social, and logistical, will determine whether Saudi Arabia's $2 trillion megacity will become a reality or remain a lofty dream that failed to match the grandeur of its initial promises. As Neom progresses, a critical factor in its success will be how effectively the Saudi government can navigate the complex balance between ambitious development goals and the realities of execution. Despite the challenges, the Saudi leadership is committed to the project, and they have already invested billions in the infrastructure and technology that will drive the city's future. One of the key challenges moving forward is ensuring that the massive capital needed for construction continues to flow, especially in the face of fluctuating oil prices and global economic uncertainty. The project's funding will likely require ongoing private and international partnerships, with an increasing emphasis on foreign investments and technology-driven companies. Satellite images have shown that a significant amount of land clearing and early-stage construction is happening in key sectors, particularly in the northern and coastal regions of Neom. Large-scale projects such as the Oxygen floating port and industrial complex, a central part of the city's plans, are still in early stages of development. This ambitious floating facility will be one of the world's largest integrated ports, supporting industries such as logistics, manufacturing, and trade. The port's design aims to integrate technology with sustainable practices, relying heavily on automation and green energy. However, satellite observations show that while the port's conceptual vision is clear, its realization will require overcoming several engineering and logistical challenges, particularly in the harsh marine environment. Despite the grand scale of Neom, there is skepticism about whether the city will be able to attract the necessary global talent to function as a fully operational, high-tech metropolis. The government's plan is to make the city a hub for innovation, technology, and international collaboration. However, satellite images reveal that one of the key components of this vision, the infrastructure to support a truly international city, remains largely incomplete. Though some development has occurred, such as the construction of luxury resorts and tech hubs, large sections of Neom are still awaiting the infrastructure necessary to support a highly skilled workforce and the cutting-edge industries the city aims to house. Additionally, the vision of NEOM as a high-tech paradise is also predicated on the integration of autonomous systems, AI-driven services, and smart city technologies. These innovations are being tested in smaller-scale developments, with many companies working on specialized projects in fields such as robotics, biotechnology, and energy solutions. However, as the satellite images indicate, integrating these technologies across a massive city in the desert presents huge challenges. Creating a seamless, technology-driven experience for residents and visitors will require highly sophisticated systems that are not yet fully developed, both in terms of the necessary hardware and the software to manage them. Environmental sustainability remains one of the project's most prominent goals, yet there is still skepticism about the feasibility of meeting these ambitious standards. Satellite imagery of the development area shows extensive land use changes that may disrupt fragile ecosystems. Efforts to make NEOM a carbon-neutral city powered by renewable energy, while commendable, face obstacles such as the availability of technology for large-scale solar energy and wind energy capture, as well as the environmental impact of constructing such a massive project in a sensitive desert environment. The region's scarce water resources pose another challenge, and the construction of desalination plants required to provide fresh water to the city could exacerbate environmental concerns. One of the central controversies surrounding NEOM is its cultural implications. As a forward-thinking, tech-driven megacity, NEOM will be home to international businesses, expatriates, and high-level talent. While the city is being pitched as a model for urban living, designed with cutting-edge technologies and sustainability in mind, it may struggle to attract the necessary workforce if it doesn't meet the social and cultural expectations of people from diverse backgrounds. Moreover, the conservative social and political context of Saudi Arabia could clash with the city's international, open-minded image. If NEOM is to attract the global talent and investment required to flourish, it will need to strike a careful balance between preserving the country's cultural identity and appealing to a cosmopolitan, global audience. Given the global attention surrounding NEOM, the project is also symbolic of Saudi Arabia's ambitions to position itself as a leader in technological innovation and sustainable development. However, satellite imagery suggests that while initial investments in luxury, tourism, and key infrastructures have begun, the vision of an entirely self-sustaining, high-tech city is still a distant goal. International observers will be watching closely, as the success or failure of NEOM could have far-reaching implications, both for the future of Saudi Arabia and for the broader region. NEOM is not only a major financial and political undertaking, but also a crucial test of Saudi Arabia's ability to adapt to a rapidly changing world that demands diversification, sustainability, and innovation. In conclusion, NEOM's journey from an ambitious dream to a functional megacity will be long and filled with challenges. Satellite images of the area offer a glimpse into the reality behind the grand plans, revealing that much of the development is still in its early stages. Despite the considerable progress made in some areas, including luxury resorts and initial infrastructure projects, large sections of the city remain unbuilt, and much work remains to be done. Whether NEOM can achieve its lofty goals and become a beacon of innovation and sustainability will depend on how effectively the government addresses the financial, environmental, logistical, and cultural challenges it faces. The satellite imagery serves as a reminder that, while the vision for NEOM may be grand, the path to realizing it will be complex and uncertain.